Go get 'em, girl. 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 Go.
My name is Lerato Moloi. I'm born and raised in Jabulani in Soweto. I'm a film director, writer, editor, and I've currently ventured into animation, and I'm also an animation producer. Okay, when I first studied film production, I majored in directing. So directing was the first thing that I did. So as a director, I realized that it's pointless just only being a director while you don't understand how the camera operates, how editing works. So I took it upon myself to learn how a camera operates, how editing works, to be able to tell my stories. Because as a director, I deal with shortlist, and in order for me to do a shortlist, I need to be able to understand how a camera works. In order for me to understand how my editing is going to work, I had to make sure that how do I shoot in order to edit. So I started with directing, then went into editing. After editing, I'm now a producer because I've realized that it's fine to be creative and do all the pretty pictures, but you need to also understand the business side of filmmaking. So hence, I positioned myself as a producer as well. About my job is that I get to travel, so my films will be selected most of the time to various film festivals. So I've traveled the world through my work, and I'm able to share my work with the rest of the world. So I love traveling. The 8 years that I've been in the industry, I'd say that the industry is growing. It's no longer the same as before, where you say that the industry is just only male dominated. I'd say that we are saying that it's male dominated because I feel that females are still scared to tap into positions where you find males most of the times. So I've taken upon myself to explore and tap into those positions where you don't find any females. Hence I'm a director today, hence I'm a producer, and I like taking ownership, I like being a leader. Hence you find me in those positions where you don't normally find females. I'm an award-winning director, writer. In 2013, I was selected by the NFVF to participate in the Youth Filmmaker Project, and 15 scripts were selected and workshopped for a duration of 6 months. And out of the 15 scripts, they had to select 8 best scripts. And my script was one of the best 8 scripts which were produced, and we won an award at the Durban Film International Festival for production. So I also went to Montreal. They gave me an opportunity to go and do my first international production, and my team won an award for best script. So I won an award for best script in Toronto, and we won a collaborative award for Rites of Passage, which was part of the NAVF slate. It's important for us as Africans to tell our African stories because our stories matter. And it's important that we tell our stories because our stories are part of who we are. So it's important that we tell our African stories so that the world can be able to listen to our stories because they matter. Okay, some of the challenges that I encounter as not just only a director, but I'll speak in general as a filmmaker, is I still need to convince people that I'm a good director. I still need to convince them a lot of time that I'm a good director, even if I've won awards, even if I have films that are circulating in different film festivals. And the biggest challenge again is funding. Funding is the most difficult challenge that we have because I ventured into animation recently, and the budget that we are given for animation, it's not enough. And what I've realized is that in terms of the funding, government institutions that give us funding, they treat animation the same way as live action production. And these are two different ball games. So funding is the most crucial challenge that I encounter in my career.